fuck.
We are live. We are now live.
Yeah.
Welcome to today's live SEO Q&A with Mr. ChrisPalmer.org and my good self, sponsored by 38 Digital Market. The link is below if you're interested in PR releases, press releases even, from Mr. Randy Roday. Great deliverable, great for your referring domain count, great from a backlink perspective, and all of that good stuff. So the link is below if you want to take advantage of what Randy has available. We also have Jill Karen, and then we have Big Kazbula.
Big Kazbula.
Yeah.
I like that name. That's cool.
You met Kazbula?
No, but I like the name. If I did, I don't recall.
No, you do. The guy that was he was speaking at an event in Vegas.
Man, I don't remember their last. I'm sorry. Maybe I just don't recall.
Kazbula,
I know his face.
He's Scottish, Asian guy.
Oh man, dude, I don't remember him. I'm sorry.
What's the Dooley? Oh, come on, man. You must remember.
If I see his face, I'll say, "Oh yeah, I know that guy."
You met him at SEO Underground as well. Fucking hell, Chris.
Dude, I talked. I'm sorry, dude. I'm an SEO. Yeah, it's like high frequency all day. It's like, you know. I don't know, man.
Kazbula's going to be raging. Anyway,
I love him though, you know, but I just don't recall. If I saw his face, I'd remember maybe. It's a, you know, I have to go look.
I think you guys have done some kind of work together as well. He does the disavow shit and all that.
Kazra?
Yeah, that's Kazbula.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who that is.
Kazbula.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah, but
That's...
Kazbula, I don't remember that name though. Kazra, the Corvette. He spoke at the conference. Yes, I know who that is. Definitely.
Yeah, no, Kazbula is the full name.
Ah, okay. That.
Yeah.
Yes, I know who that is. Yep.
But Somi is here. Alan is here. And we are here to answer your questions. So please don't be as slow as last week. Put your questions in the chat.
Yes.
Also give us a like and subscribe on the channel if you enjoy the content and you want to see more of it. But yeah, we are awaiting to see who is there in the background, who's earwigging, where are you from, what questions have you got, what have you blown up, whatever. Any bad investments you may have made, you may want to just rant about it. Whatever, put it in the chat. But yeah, Kazbula, he just arrived in Dubai today. So I'm here. Mr. Slaughter is in front of me.
There he is.
Good afternoon, man. How you doing, boss?
You guys got it rough, huh?
So yeah, the team is in Dubai, ready to tear it up. So,
is Lawrence on your team?
Yeah, works for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does he not?
No, he doesn't. Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
one of my well, low cost, and he works like a dog.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Okay, I didn't know that.
Fuck's sake, Chris, come on.
I didn't know. Now I know, but it just dawned on me like, wait, man, like Mark's always with you. Like, what is he on the team or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
He does. So he's obviously quite good at the GMB stuff, but he's not a bad driver and some other stuff as well. So
I thought you guys were just buddies.
Nah. Not a payroll. But Alan has a question, maybe a ridiculous question, but have Google ever used bookmarks as some sort of ranking signal?
Not in a very long time. I can't say that shows up on my deliverable list.
No, maybe in 2007.
Maybe
But
even
yeah.
2011, but yeah, no, that's a long, long time ago. Perhaps maybe you'll create little bookmarks on Google for yourself, but not for any type of ranking strategy. No.
But they have potentially, Alan. People used to do it a lot. Social bookmarking was the craze back in the day. So I'm assuming it was once some form of needle mover until everyone else abused that like they do everything else. Sir Klopp is here. Saw you in a nice cable knit pullover on the Dubai ad today. First time not seeing you wearing an NBA shirt. That was an old picture, Andreas. So yeah, I used to try and pretend to be somewhat semi-professional, but nah,
Hell with it.
fuck it. I gave up. So yeah, NBA tops all of the time is my business uniform. But guys, you're really slow again with the questions. What the hell is going on? What? You look like a serious guy for once. As long as I can look like a serious guy just one time, I'm a happy man. But Chris,
what's up?
You go for the old. You went for a suit in Vegas, but you're normally a casual kind of guy, right?
Hoodie.
Yeah.
Depends on if I have meetings or whatever. I just like golf shirts, really. 99.9% of the time. Just like working, then t-shirts, yeah. But
So
any type of business event, yeah.
At the next type of or the next conference you're speaking at,
Suit.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I got a
Come
couple
on.
of them now. I'm gonna get another one for when I go to Arizona. I have a black Armani suit for that event. Yeah, I'm not playing.
Dude, it just looks absolutely crazy. Yeah.
I know, but that to me, that just, I mean, like, yeah, I like joke around, but I'm not playing around though. So to me, it's like that's a business event. I'm there to showcase and or teach. So yeah, I think that's acceptable and fair. Plus, it's the standard. I watched some of the other guys when they went and spoke. I noticed. I don't know. For me, I'm gonna go suit. That's just my opinion. Yep.
Whatever works. Whatever
That's
works.
it. But Arizona, I mean, I don't know how hot it is there. Probably not too hot.
I was there last year and I was burning my bollocks off, put it that way. Yeah, it was warm. That is a warm ass place.
Yeah, I like it. I went and got yeah. I don't know, it's fun. And then like each event, like I'll plan on like I got a tan, a gray, and a black suit now. The next event, maybe I'll go get a blue one.
Fucking hell. Did you see tan? A tan suit.
A tan suit, yeah. Well, then you have all the variations. Like with those 4 suits, I could technically make any suit I want, right? Like I have all the variants. Just saying. Whatever. Yeah. Yep.
Mary Jane. Yes, I'm speaking in Dubai next week. I'm speaking. I had some other shit to sort out here. But yeah, sports jersey for the win. NG says, Sobby, how can I use product schema for affiliate product websites? Is there a risk of being flagged as spam due to the redirect links on the site?
2 separate questions, right? So the redirect links, that's something more that I would assume Craig would definitely have a much better answer than myself. I mean, I have a good guess, right? He might know a trick or an odder end that I don't know. But as far as schema is concerned, as long as you're marking up the information that's actually there, that's the objective of schema, is to mark up objects that are on the page to have Google or the bot understand better what's there. And you're marking up images, product could be one of them, the person, the organization, the web page, it goes on and on. So as long as you're marking up within the guidelines, you know, you could squeeze a little bonuses in there. I do. As far as the links, I don't know. That's a Craig question.
Sorry. Throat. So I don't quite understand the question. Due to the redirect links on the site, what are you going to be flagged up for spam if you've got too many redirects? That was being asked.
Yeah, I would say no. And what does it have to do with schema? But maybe you know something I don't.
I've come across websites that literally have hundreds of thousands of redirects. Does it impact their performance? No. I mean, if it did, it would be, you know, minuscule. So I don't see it being a big problem. Of course, the argument is, you know, redirects is giving Google another job to do. So it is potentially going to slow things down slightly, but you know, redirects are a very common thing. Content pruning is a very common thing. You know, I would highly encourage people, if you're taking content down, put a redirect on there. Don't just fucking leave the page to give a 404 off. That's not good practice. So I can't see why that would be bad for you, in all honesty. And if it is bad, it would be minuscule. But I'm not sure if I'm picking up the question wrong, Somi. So if I've answered that completely bad and not in the context that you meant it in, please do rephrase it in the chat. But that's what I think you're talking about. But yeah.
That's interesting. So on that note, so redirect to something new. So if you're removing a page, and maybe there is something that's hyper relevant to the page that existed, you would redirect to that page that existed. But let's say we're cleaning up blog articles or past commercial intent pages, like service pages. Would you redirect to the homepage? Would you 410? What's the typical SOP for you guys? What would you do at that point? 410.
The reason is, Chris, what I see consistently is if you just let it leave it with a 404, that can stick for years.
For sure.
So give it an instruction, get it fucking cleaned off. Get it to fuck. Clean up that index. So, I think it's good housekeeping to do a 410, in all honesty, because otherwise you're just clogging up the system, really.
Yep. So 410 for stuff that's non-existent, 301 to stuff that's hyper relevant, and then 30. At what case or what stage would you 301 to the homepage? Should there be a case for that? See, I already know these answers, but I think this could be helpful.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're going to 301 and you've got something that's hyper relevant, you want to do that. If I had a page that was getting taken down, that was nothing to do with anything else, I couldn't redirect it to another amazing place, but it had good link equity,
right?
Then, of course, that's where the argument would come in. I mean, I just don't want to be losing link powers, the bottom line. And if I can't pass that to another relevant category or blog post or whatever it might be, then I'm going to redirect it somewhere, because I ain't fucking losing that link juice.
But not the homepage, though, right?
I mean, in the worst case scenario,
that's fair.
If there wasn't much else there, so you've got 5-page websites and stuff. It depends on the circumstances, but yeah, I mean, you don't ideally want to be redirected to your homepage. You want to be passing that power somewhere. There's got to be, as an SEO guy, if I was on my own blog, I'm pretty sure I could find something to redirect it to, with all the different blogs and stuff I've got. So,
And How do you feel about 301? And let's say, for instance, I were to have, let's say I sell Christmas trees, but I also sell oaks and pine trees. I go and buy a domain that's about pine trees, right?
Mhm.
It's a whole domain. It's got 500 referring domains. Would I 301 redirect that to an internal page or always to the home page? The whole
Internal
site. You would go inner page, right? Of course. Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
I agree.
to give that a massive boost.
That page. Yeah, that section. Exactly. Yep.
That section, that page, whatever it is. I think too many people just go after the homepage all of the time. You need to power up that bad boy in other places. So, but that's all I'm
Yes.
going to say on it. But I think
Fair.
most people know the answer to that one.
Well,
Well, I know they
you'd
don't.
be wildly surprised. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for me, Chris, that's just fucking common sense. I mean, that's not even a real question. Like,
Okay, fair enough.
so-
Just hey, you never know. A lot of people see these, and I get a lot of. That's a question I get a lot. Hey, I bought a domain. It's about this. It's in the same category. It's about trees, but it's more specifically about pine trees in Scottsdale, Arizona. Oh, okay, great. Do you have a Scottsdale page targeting this specific tree? Send it there. It is common sense. I agree, but okay, just making sure. Maybe I'm wrong. I see a lot of business owners just not that the homepage is not valuable, it is, but geez, show some love to the other pages. Spread the love around.
But here's a question, Andres. I feel like we've already answered this last week, but I might be wrong. So we'll go again. Question for both you guys. I wonder how many videos you guys uploaded to YouTube before you saw things popping properly, Chris. So you've battered YouTube massively over the last 4 years or whatever it's going to be. When did you start to see things to pop? And was there ever a stage where you thought, fuck this, this is not working, man? Like, let's move on to something else.
I started producing videos on YouTube for SEO. This was my second try, Chris Palmer SEO in 16. Right? I didn't pop till 20. Right? Like I didn't get any traction. Like I deleted a bunch, started adding more.
Yeah,
like the
dude,
first one, I had no clue what I was doing. Like I was putting them out like once every, 3 a month. Took all those down, started again. Yeah.
You weren't posting at the same frequency between 16 and 20, though. Surely
No.
not.
1 to 3 a month. Very low numbers.
Yeah.
So like I would stay around 19. Once I started doing them, every day, bi-daily. Like I would say if you did it every single day or bi-daily, for a year straight, I think you would start to see success.
Fuck's sake. I mean, listen, I know you've worked very hard. It's very hard to disagree with that. But I think we were also fortunate, Chris, when we started doing our thing together in early 2020, I think it was, when COVID hit.
Everyone was home. Yeah.
Everyone was home. So we got a bit of a head start, I would say. You get what I'm saying. And also, Andres, at that period of time, I uploaded a lot of content, which was old courses that I had. So I uploaded a lot of videos. I've got 1,100 videos on there, and I've probably got 500 live streams on top of that. So I have got a fuck ton of content. So it took a while. But to boost a young YouTube channel, would you boost it, attract comments and likes, embeds? Andres, me and Chris spoke for years and years and years. What are you doing? Do you do ads? Do you do YouTube ads? Do you stick the stuff on Diggy's channel and leverage some of his stuff or whatever? We have done every fucking possible thing.
That's a fact.
To do that stuff. And obviously, spoke back and forth. What worked for you, Chris? You know, try this, try that. So yes, I would boost it. You know, trying to attract comments. What I would say about Chris, Chris does good YouTube thumbnails, the crazy ones. People always say, "Oh, Chris's thumbnails," you know, with it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's attracting interaction, likes, whatever. It's different. It's odd. It's not the norm in terms of what everyone else is doing. And I think that is what we're all trying to do. Comments, likes, embeds, fucking paying for ads, you know, everything, every possible trick that we could ever try. You know, even micro workers to try and get engagement. All of that stuff's all stuff that I messed around with. And I'm pretty sure Chris is the same, you know, posting in Facebook groups, the whole works. And I gave away a course for free, which got me 50,000 people overnight. I couldn't force them to like the YouTube channel. That was something that came out before, so I'd missed the boat with forcing them to like the YouTube channel before they get access to the course. I couldn't devise a way to make that happen. So so I had to suck it up and try and beg them to subscribe for more information. So all of that I would do, Andreas. And of course, if you were in my mastermind call today, you'll see that promotions thing is working really well just now as well. But I'm not saying any more on that. Don't want everyone.
Yeah, but how much?
No.
Okay.
Let me get a bit further ahead first.
Yeah, but that's like, yeah, if you have a, you know, you got to be throwing at least $1,000 a month at that, though, right? What the heck is that? What is that?
No, that's not true. So
what's that you had though? I'm just curious. What was that?
I've got a sore throat, man. So a strep.
Oh, I thought it was you're in Dubai, or I thought it was like some kind of weird like sandwich or something. And I was like, damn, sandwiches in a box now.
So good. £315.
£4 bills.
£3 So like four bills for you has got me 7,000 new subscribers.
That's insanity. That's craziness. Madness. Complete and utter madness.
And I showed it to the guys in the mastermind. So
yeah, that's bananas.
Who told me about it? Scott, you know Scott.
Yeah. Yep.
He's in the mastermind as well. Scott that told me about it. I just tried it out, dude. It's working well, man.
Sweet.
Anyway, we're moving on.
Moving on.
Nerdy, good to see you, mates. How long before you monetized your channel, Chris? How long did it take you? Did you say?
Oh, actually, I didn't do it at first. I waited. I can't honestly tell you. I think in 2020. So I started it in 16, and in 20 I turned on the money. And then when I turned it on initially, I was like, wait a minute, like, yeah, like that's at least in my space, I don't see that as that's not the ticket, Andreas. I don't know what you're going to be talking about. I don't know the content idea. But like, unless it's entertainment or music or something where you're getting millions of views, I wouldn't expect that to be a main dollar source. You know, just saying.
Andres, you're not a patient guy. You're going to have the patience on this. I think Andres, I know what Andres is doing, and I think he'll do very well from it. Absolutely, because Andres has got something that me and you can't do, Chris.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's speak another language. So he can do this shit in his native language and get amazing traction. So
it's funny. It's funny you say that. Actually, you know, there's a few programs out there. I just started trying it out. So I started another shorts channel. We're starting to crank that out, but also in that channel, I think I might do another one. I'm just debating like which language to go with. Like I listen to it, it sounds good, but I could take the videos and you can make them in another language and dub the video. So it's your words just dubbed in a different language.
Yeah.
Reproduce the same content, target a whole new market, and it's pretty cheap. It's, well, I'm willing to do it. Because you start doing like if you're paying per minute or whatnot, because I've seen some services they want to charge per minute. Like that's when you're talking to 500 decent videos, more than 1,000 views, it's not cost effective. So it has to be cost effective and be able to sound good and then be able to scale. So it's out there. I'm gonna try it. I'll let you know. I was gonna start with Spanish though. Is I'm looking for, well, what else is a major market that's in the United States?
Yeah.
So, but I know that wouldn't be the place to go. You'd want to go like India or like Chinese or something like that to hit a really broad audience.
Yeah.
But I'm not just looking for a broad audience. I'm looking for a very specific audience.
Yeah. That makes sense. And Somi was talking about affiliate links. Because of the redirect to an affiliate link, I mean, affiliate links are very common. Websites have thousands of them at times.
Well, yeah, and they have a tag for that now, don't they?
Yeah.
So I think it's acceptable by Google. They understand people are doing this.
So don't worry about it. Everyone else is doing it. If it's good for them, it's also good for you. So stick with it. Andreas, any legit gigs you could recommend that work looking to boost a client video these days? Is there a gig that can do that, Chris?
I mean, not maybe the BS way, but is it can actually turn into something? Like, I don't know. Like I've been using ads. I think ads are highly effective. It's the only boost I can think of. It's the only thing where it's like, oh, not only am I able to get views and impressions, but also get actual website visits, which is the overall objective. Like get people interested in what I'm doing and how I can help them.
Yeah.
So ads seems to be very helpful. But at first I was being cheap with it. And I quickly realized that, oh, this is not cheap to do this. At least not for me. It's not cheap to me.
But Randy is here. There is a whole bunch of questions coming in. We will come round to them in due course, but keep the questions coming at the same time. Also, do give us a like and subscribe on the channel, and we'll go from there. Does Amazon niche multi-language site attract more visitors as compared to English with the same domain authority or page authority?
I mean, I've only had the opportunity to speak with a few people that I've been able to see with my own eyes where they're targeting multiple markets and they have multiple different versions. And yes, they are a success. However, I do know that the majority of the dollars that are earned are definitely targeting US and US offers. So I don't know.
Is the place, no matter what. I had the golf website. It used to rank reasonably well in the UK, very well in the US. I had some traffic from Canada and various other places. And yes, I made a small amount of money, but you've got to follow the money. And I was pumping for the US because that's where the dollar signs were. So it's I think America is where the most visitors are and the most conversions are. So good place to start, and then
and you can make multiple versions that are still in English and then just classify it for, AU, UK. Do I think you can get an extra trickle? Maybe. Have you seen anybody do that to a success? Just make multiple versions, change the href link tag, like put the equals, UK equals US. Just make different versions.
Nah, I've not seen anyone do it on a massive scale, hugely successful. Like, yeah, I mean, unless you look at some real big companies. What's their structure like, and what have they done? Like Amazon themselves. Look at them.
Yeah, well, that's
And the structure that they have, and what they implement. So I would start there, and argue my point from there. But Nerdy Flory, I may be giving his P45. He's not made my dinner tonight, so yeah.
Postmates up.
Have you guys noticed a lot of people getting out of SEO right now? You noticed a lot of people jumping out, Chris?
I see both sides, out and in. I don't know. I'm always like, well, see you later.
I think people come, they realize it's a
Wow,
lot of hard work. They have some success, but they don't have the heart for it, and they'll jump back out. If you like SEO, like a lot of the people I have followed and known for many years in the industry, they're still SEOs. They've no intention of jumping out because it's all they know. Whereas some people are just those type of characters where they'll dabble in things and try it out and maybe not be a perfectionist at it, if there is such a thing. And they'll bail on to the next big thing, whether that be crypto or social media marketing or whatever it might be. So it is tough. There's no doubt about that. So things are changing. Things are getting harder. Things are blowing up. But you just got to keep fighting. That's always been the case. And some people just don't seem to have the willingness to fight through it. So
that's it. But it's still magic, though. Like, like it's still like, hey, I optimized the page, I did this, I built the links, and then you're like, and you can watch it. Like, it's still magic. I think it's fun. I think, in my opinion, obviously.
Has there been a Google update recently that affects location pages with the same content, also known as the helpful content update? So yes, I have seen lots of pages on websites that have a whole heap of pages that with very similar content, typically landing location pages. So yes, that's kind of been ongoing since 2022, but obviously it's been a lot more aggressive throughout 2023, and I've seen a lot of pages struggling to get back in the index is the big thing. But there's a video coming out later on that. I think it's already out actually, but I've not promoted it on social media or anything yet. But there's always a way to get it back.
Always a way.
Richest Domains is here. Always confused and redirects. Don't worry too much about them. And Chris, are you still going to Scottsdale in April with that new suit?
Yes, with the new suit for sure. Yep, that's the plan.
So, Richest, you should get yourself along and see your man himself and show him around Arizona. I'm sure he'll be up for it. Also known as Poorest Domains, the oldest lady in the business, perhaps. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I know some elderly women in the industry. I don't know about oldest. There is a few older ladies that are doing things. But yeah, I think it's a wonderful industry. People of all sorts of different ages and backgrounds making money. So yeah, hang on in there. But interesting to hear time, work, costs to reach success and monetize. But changing focus, start working at Lections tomorrow for pay. So nervous about the first day. Good luck. And all that stuff. It's never nice starting in a new place. I used to hate starting in a new role, where I had to pretend to like people and all that stuff. But
Good luck.
good on you. Tonya, do relevant sponsored no follow links improve rankings, assuming no traffic is involved?
Do rel sponsored no follow links improve rankings? No. I mean, putting a rel tag on a link, that just helps the bot understand why that's on the page. You know, no follow, follow, UGC. You know, you're really just helping our good friends at Google, essentially. But do I think it's going to help you with rankings? Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely.
There you go, Tonya. Tonya has another question. How do you evaluate the effectiveness of rental links? How long to wait to see if it works before deciding to drop it? So,
Yeah, rental. So you're renting homepage links. How long to wait? 60 days? If I don't see anything in 60 days, I'd be wildly, well, 30 days really, but 60 days, make sure it's counted. If you don't see anything in that first 30 or 60, I would be very, because you don't know what Google's doing. That's the only reason I'm saying 60 is, you know, there could be updates. There could be any number of reasons for something to happen or take longer. So generally I'd say 30 to 45 days, but give it 60. If you don't see anything in 60, I would be very sad. Very sad. Yeah. Within 60. But yeah, renting homepage links, best wishes.
madness. But yeah, I think you've got to, depends who you're renting them from as well, is the other thing, Tonya.
What do you think about those rentals?
I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea. Like, I understand it. Like, I know, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but you potentially do it, and but said potentially as he might not do it, depending. But I think it makes perfect sense for you to do it. You know, you're getting a free asset, and you know, you're making money and all that kind of good stuff. So I think it's a good thing because people are still getting it at a really good price, and a homepage link is obviously the most powerful page on most people's websites. So I think it's a great option, but it depends on how greedy the seller gets. You know, is that homepage going to be rammed full of thousands of links, or you know, I think when we were speaking about it, you're like, there's potentially only going to be X amount of homepage links, and I'll sell some guest posts or whatever. So as long as it's all done and it doesn't look too shady, then I think it's a great deal. But I think money changes people, and they might go, fuck it, just stick another 5 homepage links on. Fuck it, there are another 5. And before you know it, it's just a piss take website at that point, and it's not actually doing much for you. So, yeah.
But the rental, though, that's damn. I don't do the rentals. I like the permanent for the lifetime of the site, right? You sign up a site for 2 years, sometimes 3 years. I usually do 3. But the rentals, like, yeah, I thought about that monthly, but I was like, man, that just seems good for me, not so good for them. You know?
Yeah.
So I didn't take that route. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just curious.
Is it necessary for a cluster of supporting pages to rank and get organic traffic to be effective?
It's not necessary, but I think it's going to be a lot more helpful. It's a good idea to build supporting content, right? It's just a good idea. Like, internal link flow to the most important page is going to help the important page. Is it necessary? No. Will it be a lot more helpful for you? Definitely. There's no question. So top level page is going to be high commercial intent. And then you generally will build informational content to support that main idea, which is something that you're selling. So, personal injury lawyer, Florida. Who are the best personal injury lawyers in Florida? How much does a personal injury lawyer cost in South Florida? These types of questions, internally linking up to the high performance or high commercial intent page. Great idea. Yeah. Necessary? No. Definitely best practice, though.
Yeah.
My opinion.
I would agree with that. But what I would also say, Tonya, is some people go wild. How many supporting pages do you need? Is another question. And some people try and cover an outrageous, they think they're covering a topic in its entirety. Would they have been able to add a subheader to a different page and get more that way, potentially? So some people take it way too far and cause themselves other problems. So just be careful. Use common sense. Andreas bought a juicy expired domain. He'll put some AI content on it, let it index. How long would you wait before redirecting? To be honest, don't want to wait longer than a couple of weeks. I want that damn link power going. So, Andreas, yes, you can put some AI content on it. Will it get indexed within a couple of weeks? That's something you can try and force and so on and so forth. Now, once it's indexed, you can potentially redirect it. But why wouldn't you want to try and power it up some more? Give it a bit more time, build other stuff to it, whether that be niche edits or whatever. Like, why do you settle for whatever DR's there? Power it up some more, smash some more content on it, and then potentially you can redirect it. But I think if you want to keep damn a link power going, is it best to rush it and only give it a couple of weeks? I think your expectations there might be slightly off. I think it's going to take a wee bit longer than just a couple of weeks for it all to pull through and pass value. So I would be giving it a little bit longer. What's your answer to that, Chris?
No question. So we bought the domain. We went into SEMrush, I hope, right? Checked the best pages, figured out where the referring domains were. We figured out those 3, maybe 2 pages, homepage, and 1 or 2 others. Put those pages up on a server or VPS or hiding behind Cloudflare, right? I guess. I don't know. Put some content there. Hopefully the same URL structure. Hopefully the same title. Hopefully the same H1. Put that up, and then you're going to wait 8 weeks. Okay, let's rush 6 weeks. But what you're noticing is that the homepage is going to index before everything else, and those other pages are going to slack. With that being said, the probability of that passing as much juice that you want is highly unlikely. Generally, if you have something that's really hot, when you put up those other pages, not only will they should instantly index for you. They'll index really, really fast. If you're not seeing a really, really fast progression on those internal pages, you're not going to get that lift that you're looking for. You're going to have to end up buying a few more. So that's how I would gauge it. As long as they get indexed and they start getting that trickle of traffic, like it's starting to show up for keywords, you're getting the impressions. Okay, it's time. But what you're going to find is when you do that 301, a lot of those links that were previously there are going to start dumping off, because it's just some website owners, it's just in their system. Like there's been a 404, there's been a 301, it's going to get dumped. Yeah. You'll see. I don't know how many. I would assume that if you bought something for that, there's more than 500 referring, which is probably tens of thousands of backlinks overall. But best wish is 6 weeks is the number, probably.
David Cruikshank, I have an affiliate web page that is ranking number 12 for a 78,000 a month search term. The top 10 results are all high authority websites. Do you think it's worthwhile trying to rank top 3? Well, you're way more than halfway there. Number 12. Because something gets 78,000 searches a month, and because everyone's got a high authority website, does not mean they're not beatable. So I think you've got to go in with a positive mindset to something like that and try and attack it.
But also know when you're cooked, right? Because I like if I'm looking at the top 10 results, and out of that 10 results, it's Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, If position 5, usually position 4 or 5, there's room for a player like us. And then usually around 8 or 9, there's another position. Those are the 2 spots that you're aiming for, because why would Google risk its product and slide in somebody that's a non-authoritative, right? Like, those results are probably going to be dominated by those people for the foreseeable future. So what I'm getting at here is, is 5 going to produce the results that you're looking for as far as traffic and sales? And if so, is that money that I'm going to spend to get to position 5 going to be worth it when I get there? You have to make that for yourself. That's a hard decision. That's a hard decision. Yeah.
But good luck, whatever way you do it, David.
For sure.
What is the number one thing to look for when doing on-page on supporting pages? So supporting articles.
Well, number one thing to look out for when doing on-page, what is the goal I'm trying to reach? Like, what is being rewarded? Because if I'm putting it up, even though it's supporting, I still want that page to get traffic, right? Like, that's the whole purpose. Yeah. So that means I'm trying to rank it. So what to look out for? Well, what's Google rewarding for that term? That's what I would look out for. Like, I still think that regular practice that I'm putting into place for commercial intent still needs to go in place here. Because if there's a page and I put it up, like, you don't just create a page just to support. The objective is to still get it to rank and get traffic. So you're not just throwing it up to throw it up. I'm throwing it up to make money, to help this page. So just make sure the thing to look out for is, well, what's Google rewarding? What do I need? How many words? How many headers? How many headers are tuned? Like, go through the process. I would.
Yeah, there's not much else I can add there, Tonya. Richest Domains had 2 languages, French and English, an HTML website about Hallie Bop in 1997, 2 pages under 1K. Nice one. D-Rub, Grover, good to see you, my man. Andreas, Chiang Mai SEO Conference 2017. Suddenly all SEOs changed to become crypto full-time traders. Was so funny. People do jump around. I mean, that's why I always say there's probably a very small amount of people who I believe really love SEO and are right into it, and that's their fucking hobby. And they're not just going to bounce and go and do crypto. So, yeah. Chris, I have to take you to India with me. Get us an invite, D-Rub. I'll happily come. I keep saying I want to go back to India and check it out, but no one fucking invites me out there. So you need to get me an invite, D-Rub.
Tell me when it's there.
Yeah. Harish, would you go with subdirectory or new domain approach if B2C SaaS company with good authority is trying to build a business-to-business product?
Don't we have technically, it could be the same, but wouldn't that be 2 different intents, technically speaking? Servicing businesses versus consumers. So even though it could be the same product, my intent is slightly different. Is it the best to go with the same? I don't know. It depends on the product. What's currently being rewarded? What's there right now? Is that common play, or would it be 2 separate assets? Because you're really technically talking 2 separate people, which means 2 separate intents, right?
Yeah.
So would it be not better to have another asset? I don't know. It depends on what's there, what's winning, what's working, what's being rewarded. That's where I would start.
I think there's too many other questions, Harish, to be able to answer that effectively. But yeah, give us a bit more information. But TJ, good to see you, mate. Richest Domains, are you interested in rafting in a nearby river, Chris? The husband has the gear.
I mean, maybe, potentially. I might do that. It depends. I don't know. I've done tubing in a river before.
Tubing?
Yep. Bought a box of wine and we went down a river in a tube.
Was it a good day?
It was a great day. Yes, we had a ball. It was like a super slow, like, yeah. We actually went through 2 boxes of wine.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, we had a ball, man. By the end, though, we were like tripping all over these rocks. It was slippery. It was a rough walk. Yeah, it was rough.
Fucking hell.
It was fun though.
Well, Somi is asking your thoughts on ClickBank products, Chris.
I've never partaken. You know, I see those. I always see people pitching it, right? Like in like commercials on YouTube. So like when I see that, I always get like, man, that's got to be saturated. You know, people are training people to go in there and then affiliate their affiliate. You know, like they're training them on how to sell their course. I'm always like, I don't know, man. It's not for me. That's all I have to say. I never did it before. I don't know.
I'm the same. Never done it before.
I always thought that was slick, though. Like I see this John Castrani guy all the time, and then like he's teaching people to pitch his stuff, and I'm like, man, that's clever. You know, $1,000 to show you how to pitch, and then by the way, here, pitch this. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't do that, but good job. I mean, that's a good idea, I guess.
Harry's is asking, does the wrong canonical URL with trailing slash dilute link equity or cause any SEO impact?
It depends on what you have set in your HTA access file. If you're using WordPress, it should automatically, whether it has a trailing slash or not, it should direct back. So do I think that that's going to impact negatively? No, but you might not get as much equity. Meaning if I'm building all the links without the trailing slash and it has to redirect to the trailing slash, I might not get as much of the punch, but I'm still going to get it. I've ran into this issue before. So I mean, I wouldn't be overly concerned. You know, when you're copying and pasting, like, hey, we need to build this 247 links this month. You know, it's copied and pasted without the URLs because the extraction extension didn't put it, you know, or some stupid reason.
Yeah.
It's happened, but you still get the link equity.
Next one from
Next. It's not ideal, though. Just in case I didn't clarify, make sure you get it right. It's not ideal, but you'll still get the punch. Yeah. There you
go. Wait a minute. I've got a fucking sore throat. How do you guys define a niche edit and why are they risky?
Well, I think a lot of people define them differently. So essentially, though, a niche edit is a link that's going to be placed into an article that already exists, right? Now, why it becomes risky is because a lot of times, depending on the vendor that you're working with, is how these are acquired. Hypothetically, maybe potentially, are on sites that maybe they didn't have the username and password, and maybe they're not a moderator or a publisher, but they're still able to place that link on that page. Sometimes you hide it in a script tag, or sometimes you hide it at the bottom of a page. You know, these are hidden links. So this could potentially be risky, not only because I could lose that link, but also depending on where you're dropping these links, depending on the resources behind that website, this could potentially be a problem for, you know, the sites that are there. So, you know, it just depends. Yeah. Niche edit, though, is a link on a website on a page that already exists. That's it. Also known as link insert.
Andreas is laughing at the rentals.
Yes.
Hallie Bop folks from all over the world, as far as Africa, signed and posted their sightings. Amazing what you could do way back then. Maybe you should revive it if Hallie Bop indeed is still a person of interest.
I've never heard.
Have you heard of Hallie Bop?
Never.
Nope. I need to Google it. I'm sorry. Hallie Bop. Comet, Harry Bob, world record-breaking comet, fastest comet from the sun. I don't even know. I don't fucking know if that's the right thing. Anyway, TG, general backlink plan for a local service site, citations and press releases for low competition local SERPs. Can just citations move the needle, assuming competitors have weak link profiles?
Local service site citations and PR for local competition service. Can you citations move the needle? These are essentials or foundation, right? Like, is this going to be enough? Maybe, potentially. It might be enough to do a press release, do your citations, get listed on your directories, do your location specific citations, do your niche specific citations, right? Like taking care of that and then doing data aggregation with a PR might be enough. But if it's not, I'd look to start building directories to the internal pages, and then I'd start looking for guest posts. You know, if it's low comp, it might be enough if you have your on page tight. But I wouldn't bank on that, you know, so probably not, but maybe. Hard to say.
All I would say, TG, is do what you fucking do the bare minimum to get the result. So
Exactly.
yeah, just do a bit at a time and stop when you've got the desired position. So that's the name of the game. What is the best AI verification tools that you know? Thank you.
I'm not sure of the context of verification. AI verification tool verifying what? That the picture's real? That the image isn't written by a robot? What exactly? What are we verifying? I'm sorry.
I've no clue.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. What are you trying to
We're both looking at each other like, I don't know. Oh, the text. Okay. Verifying that it's AI written.
So AI content checkers.
I don't like if I'm using AI, I don't need to verify that I'm using AI. Like I already know, right? And whatever they're doing, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care how they're getting theirs. We just know, okay, here's the outline. These are the words. This is the optimization. Here's their links. Here's their referring. Here's how many internal links. We can see their play. Now, whether they're using AI or not is completely irrelevant to me. I don't care. You know, I'm looking at the math. You know, however they got there is irrelevant to me.
Hopefully that helps. Do you build links to a domain that you've already 301'd to an internal page, Chris?
Do you build links to a domain that you've already 301'd? Not any longer. I tend to build the links before the 301 during the 6 month. Sometimes we forget, maybe it'll be 2 months. But during that month period, we're generally building links to the asset, you know, and then we'll initiate the 301. But no, not afterwards. No, not necessarily. Not ever, actually. No. I can't say that I do.
I think that's what I would say to someone like Andres when he was talking about, giving it 2 weeks. I would spend more time powering that up prior to doing the redirect. Would be what I would do. But Rich's Domains going to get going. Big day tomorrow, I hope. Was there in 2022, so not totally new. No, good luck with the new job, Rich's Domains, and obviously good luck getting Chris on a raft or a tube or whatever it might be. Please do, if I don't speak to you before then, get pictures and all sorts of evidence because I'd love to see it. But
in the suit, just going down the river.
Yeah, dude. The tan suit.
Yes, the tan, of course, sure.
But we are nearly out of time, but I want to drag it out 40 seconds.
Okay.
Just so that we can get over the hour mark.
So it's actually considered a stream, an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I ain't fucking leaving until then. But we are out of questions. I'm not going to encourage people to send more in. But you can, if you like Chris Palmer, go to chrispalmer.org and see all of the cool stuff that Chris has got, from services to masterminds and all that kind of good stuff.
I got some new
and
stuff too.
Always new stuff.
Yeah.
And do check out Randy's 38 Digital Market. The link is below. But we are out of time now.
That was a quick 50 seconds.
So, yeah, I've done my bit. But thank you for all the questions. If you enjoy the stream, please do give us a comment below, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And we will catch you at the same time next week.
Sounds good. See ya.
See you.